Hey YouTube, I am sitting in my car and it is about 5:30ish or something like that. I'm supposed to be cooking, but I'm aggravated because I couldn't find half the ingredients that I needed. I was trying to experiment and make some candy grapes, but I guess that'll have to be for another day because I don't have half the stuff I need and I'm not gonna keep going to all these stores. But anyway, the point of this video is because I want to do a story time. And first off, let me start by saying that I'm sorry that it's been so long since I posted a video. I'm not really sure what direction I want to take the channel in. So I don't really know what kind of content to create, but I'm going to work on that and I'm going to get better at that. And I just want to thank everybody that has already subscribed to my channel. I want to thank you guys for that. It takes time and it takes patience and it takes diligence and it takes perseverance and it takes all kinds of stuff to create a YouTube channel and to be successful at it. So hopefully I have what it takes. I don't know. I'm just trying to share my experiences with you guys and perhaps give you some kind of encouragement or get some feedback or interact with you guys. Just all of that. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kenyatta, but my channel name is Quiet as It's Kept because a lot of people always get thrown off when they see all those words put together and they just get confused. But it's Quiet as It's Kept because a lot of things are kept quiet. Like people don't really tell the truth about a lot of things when it comes to things that happen in their life. But I'm not one of them. So anyway, I'm going to tell you guys about the time that I almost went to jail. And I almost went to jail because my car ended up crashing into another person's car. And I have no idea how that happened. And y'all are probably wondering, like, what? How did her car crash into another person's car and she doesn't know how that happened? Well, first of all, I wasn't in the car at the time that the car crashed. But once I explain the story, you guys will understand a little bit more. So anyway, I was young and I was chasing after this guy that really wasn't meant for me. And a lot of things had started going downhill in my life at that time. I didn't take the time to analyze it and try to come to a conclusion as to why all these different type of things was happening. But basically, that's what it was. Like, I was with this dude and he wasn't no good for me. So all kind of bad things was happening, which are signs that you're going down the wrong path or you're headed in the wrong direction. But anyway, I ended up getting 3 driving under suspension charges. And if you get 3, the court labels you as an habitual offender. And once you get labeled as a habitual offender, that's automatic jail time. And you have to pay fines and stuff. So I did go to prison for driving under suspension, guys. So don't play around when it comes to that because they don't play. Like, don't drive under suspension. And if you absolutely have to, like, be careful. Make sure all your lights work. Make sure you're doing the speed limit. Make sure you don't do nothing crazy so you don't get pulled over and locked up. I'm not advising you to do it, but I'm just saying I know how it is because I've been there before. So if you have to do it, just be careful when you do it. But anyway, my stupid self, I done got 3 driving under suspensions, and the judge tried to throw the book at me. He was like, you going to jail and you got to pay a fine. So he gave me like 267 days, which we all know is 365 days in a year. So he had gave me almost a freaking year. But when you go to prison, I think it's like 2 for 1. So you get good time. So I spent like a month in the county and then I spent 3 months in prison. And I went to Goodman Correctional Institution, I want to say. I think that's in Columbia. But anyway, I get out and my license is still suspended because it got suspended for 5 years, guys. Not only did I go to prison and have to pay all these fines, but my license was suspended for 5 years. So I went like 3 years struggling to try to make it back and forth to jobs and take my kids where they needed to go without a car and without being able to drive. But it was so hard because people always swear that they there for you, but when you really need them the most, like, you hear crickets. Nobody's there. So I got tired of that, and truthfully, I did drive like a couple of times and I wasn't supposed to. But I decided to look up some information and write a letter to whoever to ask them could they reduce my suspension sentence, since I had already went to prison and was working on paying my fines. And I just was sincere, and I wrote a letter from the heart, and I was telling them that it's very hard for me to get around and stuff and to be able to survive, because every time I get a job, I'm always losing it because people don't show up and take me to work, or they don't pick me up from work, and I can't get my kids here and there and everywhere. And so they actually agreed to reduce the suspension sentence. Once I paid my fines, I could get it reinstated. So let me back up a little bit. I had a car, and at the time I didn't need the car or something like that, and my aunt didn't have a car, so I gave her the car that I had that I didn't need. Now, if you have a car that's in your name and you give it to somebody, if they do anything in that car, you are going to be responsible for whatever kind of damages they incur in that car. Like, whatever they do, you're going to be responsible for it. So my aunt ended up having an accident in the car, and she didn't keep up the insurance on the car. So that got put on my driving record, even though I was incarcerated at the time of the accident. So this was yet another ticket that I had to be responsible for. But it's okay, because with life comes lessons, and you learn the hard way. So I went to the courthouse one day, and I had a Dodge Nitro. I don't remember the year of it. It was silver. And I think it still had the tag on it from the place, because I hadn't had it that long. So I done drove up there. I'm all bold now. I done drove to the courthouse in this Dodge Nitro, because my intention was to go in there and see if the person who my aunt had the accident with had sued me to pay for the damages that had happened during the wreck. Because if they had sued me, I was going to have to pay like all that money to them first before I could get my license. So I parked the car, and I had my kids with me. I hop out, we go in, I'm waiting and everything, trying to see what all documents I need and stuff like that. Tell me why I come out the courthouse and my car is not where I parked it. So I'm thinking, I'm geeking, like, I could have sworn that I parked my car right here. Where in the hell is my car? So I'm looking around the parking lot, just searching and searching, and I see my car, and guess where it is? Resting on somebody else's car. So I hurry up and run over to my car to see like what's going on. My car done freaking got out of the parking space and rolled back across the parking lot and crashed into somebody else's car. So like, I guess this would be the van, right? And my car should have been like up here, but it done rolled out the parking space, and like it's like right there resting against it. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how that happened. So I jumped in my car and I took off and I left. And like 5 minutes later, my mama calls me and she's like, Kenyatta. And I was like, what's up? And she was like, you been up there at the courthouse? And I was like, no, why? And she was like, because the police is calling me saying that some kind of accident happened. And I was like, well, I don't know. I haven't been up there. And she was like, oh, well, it must have been your sister then. So I was like, it might have been. So we hung up, and I guess she called my sister and figured out that it wasn't her. So she called me back, and she was like, why the hell you telling that lie? You know you was up there at the courthouse, and you know you done got into a damn accident. She said, you better get your damn ass back up there for the police lock you up. And I was like, for real? She was like, yeah. So I hung up with her, and I had got another call, and it was like private. And this time it was the police on the line, and they was like, where are you? And I was like, I'm around. Why? And they was like, because we know that you just got into an accident up here and you left the scene of the accident, and if you don't get back up here, we're gonna put out a warrant for your arrest. Like, they was trying to intimidate me and scare me so bad. And at the time I lived in Lawrence, but when I saw that my car had hit the other car, and I knew that I was trying to get my license and everything, and I knew I wasn't legit, I got freaked out. So I left, and I had went to Greenwood, which is like 30 or 40 minutes away. But I was so upset and scared that I got there in like 20 minutes. So I called my boyfriend, well, he's my husband now, but at the time he's my boyfriend. And I was crying and stuff, and he was like, calm down, calm down. What happened? And I said, baby, I don't know what happened. I said, I went to the courthouse because I was trying to get my license and stuff together, and our car hit somebody else's car. I said, but I wasn't in the car at the time, so I don't know what happened. And he was like, okay, just calm down. He was like, where you at now? I said, I'm in Greenwood. I said, but the police keep calling me, and they keep telling me if I don't come back that they're going to put out a warrant for my arrest. And he was like, well, just go get all the kids and go back up there. And he was like, I'm finna get off of work, and if they lock you up, then I'm gonna see what I have to do in order to get you out. And that's one thing I can say about my husband. Like, whenever I do something stupid or I'm in trouble, I call him. He be the first person I call, because I know without a shadow of a doubt he's gonna come through. He gonna get your girl out. He gonna do whatever he gotta do, and I love him for that. Shout out to you, baby. Anyway, so I done went and scooped up my sister kids, and I had my kids and my sister kids, and I think at the time all together we had like 5 kids. So I go back to the courthouse with all 5 of these kids, and I'm like talking to the police officers. One of them was nice and one of them was mean. One of them was trying to understand what had happened. And I was like, sir, I really don't even know what happened, because I wasn't even in the car at the time my car hit the other car. And he was like, we was wondering why after the accident happened, the car was sitting there for so long and nobody ever got in it. I said, because I was inside at the time that my car hit the other car. I don't know how that happened. Maybe when I came to the courthouse, I didn't put the car in park fully or something. Like, that's the only explanation that I can think of. And the other cop was like, oh, no, you're going to jail, blah, blah, blah. And I started flipping out, because I wasn't trying to go back to jail. I'm sorry. I was doing everything in my power that I needed to do in order to be legit and get my license back. Like, I was trying my hardest, and I wasn't trying to hear no going back to jail. I don't care if my husband was going to come and get me back out. I wasn't trying to go no jail. So I started acting real crazy then. And so the other officer was like, just calm down, just calm down. You got all these kids in here and stuff. Just calm down. And I said, sir, I already been in jail for driving. I said, what I was trying to do was get all my paperwork in order, because I'm trying to be legit. I said, I just finished paying like $2,000 worth of fines. I said, I got all my receipts right here. So I had pulled out my folder and I showed him, and he was like, you know what? You are right. And you trying to do the right thing. So I'm going to tell you what, since you wasn't in the car at the time that the accident happened, like, that's totally different. We can't charge you with anything. And he was like, and we not going to put this on your record or nothing. We just going to let you go. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. So I ended up leaving and stuff. But let me tell y'all how good God is. The people whose car that my car had hit, they was the ones that had called the police, I guess, to report like a hit and run. And guess what? They went to jail. They had warrants out for their arrest. And I guess when the police got there to take the report or whatever, they ran their name or something, and they end up going to jail. And I was like, that can't be nobody but God, because it was my fault. I caused all these damages, and I didn't go to jail. I didn't have to pay no money. It didn't go on my driving record. And they let me drive away from the courthouse knowing that my license was suspended. They let me get in the car and leave. Like, I don't care what nobody say. That wasn't nothing but favor from the Lord. And I'm telling you, like, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I got so many stories where the Lord has literally shown favor in my life to me. Like, I done been through a lot of hard situations, but I done had a lot of situations where the Lord done showed up and showed out too on my behalf. And I just can't be silent about that. I gotta tell people about the goodness of the Lord. I know a lot of people don't believe he exists, or they have their own different spiritualities and religions and all that stuff. But it's simple to me. We human, we was created by a greater being who I refer to as God. And I really do believe that he has the potential to step in and divinely, like, help somebody or get them out of a certain situation. Well, guys, I guess that's it for this story time. But I'm going to definitely come back with like a lot more, because like I said, I got so many story times that you guys wouldn't even believe is true, but I don't have no reason to lie about the things that I have endured in my lifetime. It's just childish to be lying about stuff like that, because life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So when you speaking something into the universe and it's not true, it got the potential to manifest and come true. So if you don't want these things to happen, you better not be speaking on it. So that's one of the main reasons why I wouldn't get on here and juice something up that didn't really happen the way it happened. And I am currently working on a book about my life, and I hope to let you guys know more about it when I get further along with it. But I guess that's all for now. I hope that all of you guys have a blessed day. Thank everybody for watching, and if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments, leave some likes or dislikes, however you feel about the situation, as long as you aren't rude, because everybody has their own opinion. So, I mean, I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna have to take it. If people got something negative to say, just don't overstep your boundaries and disrespect me, because I don't like that type of stuff, and I don't get down like that. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys next time. Deuces.